Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. Before we start, I would like to congratulate all the Liverpool fans for the title win. It was an amazing year for you. You played really well and you deserve to win. Congratulations. So in this video, we are going to discuss about my transfers and team selection for Game Week 32. But before I go ahead, I would like to discuss my chip strategy. I used my bench boost in Game Week 30 and got 121 points, and I used my free hit in Game Week 31 because the team that I made for bench boost was not suitable for Game Week 31, and I got 88 points, so I would call that a relatively successful free hit. It could have been much more had I had Anthony Martial in my team, but you can't win. You can't win every time with your selections, right? And I'm going to use my wildcard in Game Week 33. I am very tempted to use my wildcard in Game Week 32, especially due to the injury to Bernd Leno and Sergio Aguero and a couple of other selection headaches, but I think I'm going to stick with this plan and I am going to use my wildcard in Game Week 33. Alright, now let's have a look at the performance of my team in Game Week 31. Martinez was a pleasant surprise. He got 8 points against Southampton with the clean sheet, 1 bonus point and 1 save point. A 4.2 million keeper getting a clean sheet is a really good thing. Alexander-Arnold was magnificent. That free kick against Crystal Palace and a clean sheet, getting 14 points. He has been one of the major reasons why Liverpool have won the league so easily this season. He's basically a right winger playing at right back. Justin, I picked him because of the Leicester fixture against Brighton. He almost didn't get a clean sheet. He gave away a penalty. He got a yellow card, but I'll take the 5 points from Justin. Roman Saiz was good. Although he got a yellow card and lost 1 point, but he also gained 1 point due to the bonus points, so he got 6 points in total. Wolves' defense is looking really awesome at the moment. What more can you say about Kevin De Bruyne? He got 8 points after scoring a marvelous free kick against Chelsea. How lucky are we to be seeing such great players play in the Premier League? Although the City team was not that good, but Kevin De Bruyne played well. Heung-min Son wasn't too impressive, although he scored a goal which was later chalked off due to offside. But overall in the game, he wasn't too much involved. He was just hugging the touchline. Under Mourinho, Spurs are not playing fluid football anymore, and I think it would be very hard for me to get Heung-min Son in on my wildcard. Out of Salah and Mane, I went with Mane since Mane had a great record against Crystal Palace, and he did not disappoint. He scored a goal, and he could have had one more, but I am satisfied with the 9 points that Mane got. Bruno Fernandes was a relative disappointment against Sheffield. Although he had a decent game, but I had hoped for many more returns from Bruno Fernandes. Rather than the two United players that I have, Rashford and Fernandes, it was Martial who banged. He got 21 points, and that hurt our team really badly and our rank as well. In hindsight, I just didn't pick Martial and I didn't fancy him, mostly because I tried to avoid him due to his injuries, but on free hit, I think I should have gone with him. As I always say, hindsight is a good thing, but it can't change anything. So in the forward line, Rashford got 9 points with 2 assists. It was a pretty decent performance by Rashford. My captain Jimenez got 18 points, but we had expected much more from the Wolves. They were so lackluster against Bournemouth and barely managed to win that game. But still, Mr. Consistent Don Raul gave us 18 points and I'm pretty happy with that. My punt on Dominic Calvert-Lewin against Norwich didn't work. I had expected Everton to beat Norwich just the way Southampton beat them, but Everton were again very lackluster and barely managed to win against Norwich, so Dominic Calvert-Lewin was a bit of a failed pick. Looking at the Everton fixtures, one might want to go with Dominic Calvert-Lewin again, but I'd be a little careful after this failed free hit punt on him. In the subs, there's nothing to look at because I made a free hit team which tanked my funds all into the playing 11, so there was nothing on the bench. So this was the performance of my team. The overall points are now 1783 and the overall rank is now 236. In a space of 2 weeks, we have gone from 587 to 236, so that's not too shoddy, but I was hoping for much more since I've used 2 of my chips in bench boost and free hit. Now before we have a look at my transfers and team selection, I would just like to look at the fixtures. So before we make our team selection and transfers, we need to look at the FA Cup fixtures as well as the Premier League fixtures. This time, the Premier League fixtures are spread out over the entire week, starting on Saturday and going on till Friday. The reason for that is the FA Cup quarterfinals are here. So Norwich is playing Manchester United on the 27th, and Manchester United and Norwich again play on the 1st of July, so that's not a problem. And Sheffield versus Arsenal, Newcastle versus City and Leicester versus Chelsea are all on the 28th. I just wanted to show you these fixtures just in case you were not aware of the FA Cup matches. So I don't think there's going to be much rotation, but we need to keep an eye out for these matches as well. Alright, now let's get to the interesting part, my team. So here is my team for Game Week 32. This is the team that I had built in Game Week 30, looking at not only Game Week 30 but also Game Week 32 as well. In this, I have already made one transfer. I had tweeted last night that I had transferred out Aguero for Rashford. Now I have 2.9 million in the bank. So looking at this team, there are a couple of problems in this team for Game Week 32, which is why I'm tempted to play my wildcard in Game Week 32, but I think I'm going to wait. So let's start from the keeper, and you're probably thinking, why do I have this red flag keeper in my team? Because this is how the original team was meant to be. But unfortunately, Leno got injured and now Henderson has to come in against Tottenham. Not the ideal case, but I guess I'll have to take it since I don't want to play my wildcard yet. So for keeper I have Henderson. In defense, I'm pretty happy with Alonso against West Ham, Saiz against Aston Villa, and Arnholt against Burnley. But Baldock is not ideal since I have Henderson in keeper, and 2 Sheffield defense against Tottenham is not ideal. But if I don't want to play my wildcard, I think I'll have to take this risk. In midfield, I have Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish. Again, not the ideal looking at Grealish against Wolves and De Bruyne against Liverpool. I am thinking about taking a hit and transferring out Jack Grealish for Martial, but at the moment I have just transferred out Aguero for Rashford. If I do make any more transfers, I am going to update you on my Twitter at WizFPL, so do go and follow me there. In the forward lineup, I've got Rashford, Aubameyang and Jimenez. Out of the entire team, I think the forward line looks the best, with all 3 strikers having great fixtures and possibly getting good points as well. Currently the captaincy is on Aubameyang, but I might change that to Jimenez depending upon how I feel before the deadline, but at the moment it is with Aubameyang. So this is how my team looks. Of course, Leno is going to drop to the bench, and I have Douglas Luiz, Lundstram, Cantwell, not many great options there as well. But as we made this team both for Game Week 30 and Game Week 32, this was always going to be the case. If we had Leno in, then that would have solved a lot of my problems, and then we could have gone with one weak player in maybe Grealish or Baldock. Currently in my team, I see 3 weak links. Henderson and Baldock against Tottenham is not ideal, and Grealish against Wolves is also not ideal. But I always say, if you have 7 or more decent players in your team for that game week, you should not use your wildcard. So since I have 8, I think I will keep my wildcard and not use it for this game week. So this is how my team looks at the moment. I have made one transfer, Aguero out for Rashford. I might still make one more transfer, and I will let you know, I will update you on that. I hope you all had a great game week in 31, and I wish you all have a great game week in Game Week 32 as well. I thank you all for supporting this channel. I really appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you soon in my next video. Take care, see you, bye bye.